Hey guys, it's Ken from KBDProductionsTV. We are downtown Newmarket, Ontario, Canada, and I want to try a fish and chip place that I've seen around. It's been there for quite some time. Haven't tried it. I know there's a lot of people from Europe, especially England, who want me to try as many fish and chip places as I can. Let's go across the street real quick and we'll order some food, and then after that, maybe.
Instead of walking 15 more feet to cross at the crosswalk, he jaywalks between stopped cars, which is against city bylaws. If he were to be hit by an unsuspecting driver making a turn, even though he was breaking the city bylaw, you know the driver would be the one whose life would be turned upside down for the infraction. Be better, Ken, for the sake of others.
We will hit up a crepe place. This is the chip and malt fish and chips. I hear the food's awesome. Oh, mask is required.
Ken and his little passive-aggressive giggle over having to put on his mask as he almost walked in without it. I don't care what the trolls say. Wearing a mask that has been proven to help slow the spread is such a minor thing, and if people can't comprehend that, then I really do feel sorry for their lack of empathy and morality.
Put our mask on, as it says, required. Hello.
Hi.
How are you?
Fantastic. How are you?
Excellent. First time here.
Okay.
I heard your stuff is good.
Okay.
So I'm gonna do a fish and chips, whatever the most ordered item is that you have on the menu.
What's your preference with fish?
What you have?
So we have halibut, we have haddock, we have cod, we have orange roughy, and then we have pollock.
I think
So the-
haddock is like the best one, right? Like the most expensive.
It depends on. No, the most expensive is halibut. So it depends on.
The fact that Ken acts as if he knows food and then says, haddock is the most expensive, right? Even though he has the menu in front of him that would show he is not correct, is the sad part. Ken, if haddock was the primo fish, do you think the chain Halibut House would have gone with that name if it was inferior?
Your preference, right? Halibut is, it's very meaty, very firm, very dense.
Okay, that's what I want.
Right? It's kind of like chicken breast.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
This is where the guy lost Ken to the passive-aggressive nature, as he was trying to get the guy to quit upstaging him and making him look foolish. I still don't know why Ken keeps these clips in when he knows he can't hide the fact he doesn't enjoy being schooled.
That's the most popular, followed by the haddock, but all our fish are.
Can we do like a slice of haddock and then a slice?
It's a lot of fish.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah, like I don't want you to it's like, so the halibuts are about 5.5 ounce pieces.
Okay.
And then the haddocks are about 7 to 8 ounce pieces.
Thanks for the warning.
Yeah, so yeah, it's not a typical like 2-piece fish and chips. We do one big piece, like proper English style fish and chips, right? So
Let's do it.
yeah.
Yeah.
So the halibut.
Yes, please.
For here to go.
I'm gonna try to eat it on the patio.
Okay, so grab a seat.
Okay.
And then Robin will come out, and then I'll pick you up.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Eating at restaurants.
Yeah, I know. Hey, finally.
Yeah.
Two things here. Ken complaining about how they can finally eat in restaurants again, and then he had to make note on the screen about the construction workers. We all know what Ken thinks about construction workers, though.
I got up at 8. Actually, I was woken once again by the building across the way because, let me get out of bed slowly with these old legs. These douchebags over here start work at 7 o'clock in the morning, and the first thing they'd like to do at 7 o'clock in the morning, you know, being construction workers, is to use very large hammers on sheet metal, and they only seem to do it at 7. They don't do it at 7:30, 8, or any other time during the day that I have heard, but they like to do it at 7 in the morning when people are still sleeping and in the hotel rooms. So it's really annoying because right now they're not making any noise.
I'm in.
Did you want me to open the umbrella for you?
Oh, that would be fantastic. you very much. You're welcome. Oh, hello.
Hello there, how are you?
All right, how are you doing?
Good.
What do we have to drink? Looks like you have hot drinks, cold drinks, fountain. What do you have on draft?
On draft, we have Bose Lautrec, which is an organic lager from Ottawa.
Sounds good, Ottawa. Yeah, let's do
So
that.
we're just going to go for
Typical Ken, playing up the whole patriotism thing that he loves to do, making people think he is so Canadian. This is the guy that only just learned that Ontario has a capital city.
I always thought Toronto was the capital of Canada. Nope. See the things you learn?
capital of Ontario.
They actually call it the capital of Ontario? Is this
Toronto.
yeah.
The capital of Ontario. Ottawa is the capital of Canada.
Yes. I didn't know you'd call Toronto a capital of a place. That's all.
Oh,
I
provinces.
I would call it the city of Ontario would be.
Provinces have the capital.
Okay. The shit you learn.
Poor little Princess Kendall got all cranky at Carol when she pointed out on a live stream his stupidity. The shit you learn!
Yeah, this sound.
Bring an ice water as well?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Thank you. Again, guys, let me know in the comments below if you like this style of video, and we'll just keep doing them. Go to mom and pop shops and stuff, and support them, and have some good food while we're at it.
Ken doesn't care if people like the video style or not. He has said it all the time that the metrics are what do it for him. He would rather make crappy videos at fast food restaurants if it means more views than putting out quality content. Ken should be focusing on learning about food to be more knowledgeable, honestly. You can ruin a video that has great visuals if you can't articulately speak about the food.
Alright guys, so here's their menu. Let's go in for a close-up. So, like he said, they've got cod, haddock, pollock, halibut, which is what I'm ordering, orange roughy. So it's going to be $19.99. It is a very expensive fish, but we are going to definitely enjoy it. Looks like they also have greens, burgers, sandwiches. Ooh, the dirty bird. That looks good. Then over here we've got hard drinks, wine, cold drinks, hot drinks, dessert. Oh boy, deep fried Mars bar.
Always amazes me how he adds in footage of him reading off the menu as if people can't just pause and read things themselves. It is sort of like how he will give a play-by-play of what goes on in the chat for his live streams. Just filler material so that Ken can yak.
We'll have to see about that. And then over here we have a bit on the side. All right,
So,
got the drink already. Nice.
absolutely. Got you
drinks.
an ice water, keep you hydrated.
Perfect.
And a Bose Lautrec for you as well.
Thank you. Cheers.
Look at how awkward he makes this exchange with the waitress, telling her cheers when neither of them have drinks in their hands, which is a faux pas. The look he gives her is just priceless. Although it just gets worse from here, when he tries to act like he is an environmentalist.
Would you like a straw?
Oh, no, it's all right, thanks. Saving the. Is that a paper straw or plastic?
It's plastic right now. We're just having a hard time getting a hold of
Yeah,
a lot of
everybody's
different
ordering it,
products
yeah.
at this time.
Yeah, no problem.
So we're just trying our best to keep people
For
safe.
sure. Okay, thank you.
So he declines the straw, but then he didn't get to say, trying to save the ocean, before asking if it was a paper or plastic straw. Paper straws are just as bad, numbnuts. The carbon emissions for a factory to haul in trees to turn into paper straws for a useless one-time item is as bad as the plastic ones that end up in the ocean. You don't do anything to save the environment, Ken, so quit trying to act as if you are some crusader. You're one of the worst offenders when it comes to one-time use packaging, mate.
So you're gonna take a look at the menu?
I think I ordered, I'm not sure, maybe he didn't take my order.
The owner, Chris, he was mentioning that you wanted halibut. And
Yeah.
are you gonna have it with our fresh cut chips and some
Yes.
coleslaw and tartar sauce?
Yes, please.
I'll get that order in.
Thank you.
You're welcome, dear.
Check this out, guys. Beer all the way from Ottawa. Cheers.
Oh, wow. All the way from Ottawa, Ken? Only reason you ordered it was due to your going for a write-off trip there for your anniversary. So you were hoping to perhaps get that brought up in your awkward conversation with the waitress, I'm sure.
Oh, that's good. That is a good lager. Look at that. Oh my goodness. The breading looks beautiful.
That is not breaded. That is battered, doofus. To bread something means you are putting it through an egg wash, usually, to act as a binder, to then have breadcrumbs adhere to it. Battered is how this fish is clearly prepared, so it is different. Like I said, total lack of food knowledge from Ken Domik. About the only thing he can adequately describe is maybe a cheese, meat, and crackers meal from Lunchables.
And again, I'm not sure if lemon is just a North American thing, because I've talked to a few people from Britain, and they say they never get a slice of lemon with their fish. Is that true? Let me know once again. But we love lemon. Whoa, we love lemon on our fish. Oh yeah, squeeze it, drizzle it, enjoy it.
Ken and his attempt to make his infantile gimmicks a thing. Give it up already. Stringing a couple words together explaining what you are doing that you perhaps can turn into some shitty shirt that no one will ever buy is not going to happen. How many Rockin' the Poutine shirts have you sold? Honestly now.
Alright, napkin, dry off. I will be putting some ketchup on my fries too. I did shake it already. Just a little bit. For now, I'm definitely a little bit of extra salt, not too much.
Extra sodium is the last thing you really need, Ken, given how much sodium you consume in a week. Your A&W video was well over a week's worth of sodium intake in 24 hours. And you wonder why you sweat so much and itch and have breathing issues from minimal physical exertion?
Definitely pepper on my fries. Oh yeah. Try not to get any on my fish. Let's just try this coleslaw once again. I hope I like it.
So, items he knows he is unsure of, usually if it is vegetable related, he says, I hope I like it. But if it is some sort of junk food that's deep fried, he tends to say it's gonna be awesome or amazing before he even tries it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, look how nice that is. Not bad. As coleslaws go, that's probably one of the better ones I've ever had.
I wonder if they actually make their own coleslaw, or if it is out of a container. Ken never bothers to ask the important questions like that.
Let's just try a French fry. Nicely thick cut. Not sure which potatoes they use and which oil they use. No aftertaste. Beautiful tasting potatoes. French fries. Do it with the ketchup, salt, and pepper.
See, he admits to the fact that he doesn't bother to ask questions, but then he just yaks on and on and on about not knowing what they use to make it seem like he is saying such interesting things about the food. How droll.
Even better. I'm also just using an external mic on this with a windscreen, windscreen on it. Just let me know if you like the sound, or maybe next time I'll wear a lapel mic.
Can you name any other YouTubers who ask their audience about what equipment they should use? I sure can't, as it makes absolutely no sense. People do not care, Ken. Most people don't know the difference between a microphone that goes on a camera that gets plugged into a camera that is just on your lapel. They don't know the difference.
Alright guys, check out that beautiful flaking piece of fish. Nice. Oh, we got a stowaway on the bottom. But that looks wonderful. We're definitely going to dip that in the tartar sauce.
First bite should have been done without the tartar sauce to give an informed opinion on the fish. But we all know Ken doesn't think when he does these videos. Besides about the stupid gimmicks his feeble brain comes up with.
Oh yeah. Would you eat that? Oh yes you would. Let's do it. Cheers once again.
Saying cheers before eating is idiotic. Cheers being taken before a drink is done is supposed to honor the dead or to wish health to the living. So when you did it to the waitress without a drink, that was wrong. When you did it now before taking a bite, that was equally as wrong. You only make yourself look like a giant moron even more than usual doing this, Ken.
The breading's nice and crunchy.
It is batter, not breading, you doofus. This is like how you think pasta are noodles, or that a Big King is a Whopper.
Got right into that nice crispy batter.
Wow, he actually called it batter. I am amazed. Only took him 3 times, but I bet he goes back to calling it breading again.
Dip it once again. Smear it on. I wasn't 100% sure where I was going to go for lunch today. I had about 5-6 options. I'm glad I came here. I'm going to have to come back a few more times, try all their other fish, and really find out which one is my favorite. Whoop. Fell right off the plate. I'm glad that they're surviving through the pandemic. That's a really good sign that they did what they needed to do to stay in business, and they've got the clientele.
Oh, shut the fuck up, Ken. Seriously. Telling us how you are so amazed by them only shows how ignorant you are. You were asked to stay home for months, and you didn't do so. People like you, or some of your more arrogant crolls, are why we are seeing the numbers surging again. People thinking this is no big deal are the real pandemic. Attacking the people who don't simply think about themselves and saying we are the reason for the pandemic is the most moronic statement one can make. It is what a sociopath would say. I'm sure you will not patronage them again after this video. You are a one and done type of person.
To back them up. So that's how you know the food is good. Because if the food was then people wouldn't have supported the restaurant and it would have failed.
No, they likely had to take on debt through government programs to help them survive the pandemic. You have no clue how business works, Ken, so you shouldn't bother discussing it.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a lovely afternoon.
You too. So obviously this place is a fantastic place if you want some fish and chips. Now let's go get some dessert.
Wouldn't be a Ken Domik video without some distracted driving for him to get some B-roll footage for the video. Arrogant jerk.
But again, the number one restaurant that we're going to try out for you guys right now for our dessert for the day is this Crepe Star. So let's go in there. I'm hoping it's open. It should be open. Let's go get some food. Oh man. Well, unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, it doesn't open till 5 on Fridays, and it's just after 1.
You'd think Ken would have gone online and looked up the hours of the place beforehand. Oh, right. It's Ken we're talking about here. He doesn't bother to check the business hours of places ever.
Alright, I would love to try these. And an eclair. And this vanilla log.
That's that one?
Yes.
That's lime.
Oh, it's lime? Perfect. And then I get some of your tarts. Uh-oh, he took the last ones.
No, there's more.
I'm in trouble.
No, there's more. That's what I thought. I'm standing here. This is what I've come in for, and I'm thinking, oh.
People come from all around to get those.
Yeah, I know. There you go.
We get the fresh batch. Hopefully.
Looks like we almost had a Tartgate incident as Princess Kendall saw someone else taking the last of the tarts. Love the passive-aggressive, "I'm getting a fresh batch, hopefully," line he utters, though.
You know what? Let's go home and eat them. Alright guys, got home.
So, you can pick up food and stay home and eat it. Funny, you claimed you couldn't do that time and time again over the last few months. Guess when it suits you is when you will go home.
That looks phenomenal.
Phenomenally phenomenal, people!
And then over here we've got our, what I thought was a vanilla log cake. She said it's lime.
Wait, did he just say line instead of lime?
Lime? Lime? Lime?
Yep, he definitely said lime. She said lime, you freaking oaf.
Looks like little flakes of white chocolate all grated onto the icing.
The more technically appropriate term in pastry is shaved chocolate, not grated, Ken. Oh, and I think we need to delve deeper into something we mentioned that Ken does as he eats.
Thinking, a part of me, just by the look of it, looks like kind of a walnut type pastry. Let's just find out.
It's been years, eh? So I guess a couple of weeks is years now. That looks like a millefeuille to me, which is what you ate in Ottawa. Don't believe me? Take a look.
How do you do it? Oh, look at the whipped cream or whatever it is oozing out.
Oh, whipped cream. Flaky pastry? Buttery? Sugary?
Only difference is the bakery in Ottawa didn't do the more embellished icing design on the top of theirs. But that is a Napoleon or millefeuille.
I don't know what's in it, but it tastes so good. And that white icing, little swirl kind of thing on the top.
You rarely ever know what you are eating, though. Unless it is some staple fast food item like a Big Mac.
It squishes out everywhere.
Ooh la la.
Oh look! Another ill-placed ooh la la when Ken thinks he has made a hilarious sexual innuendo, and he really hasn't. Kudos to you, Ken, on your idiocy.
Let's try and finish it off. I've always loved chocolate eclairs. One of my favorite desserts from my whole childhood. And now that I'm an adult, I still love it. These are my two favorites. Then the eclair.
So, he just said the eclair was his favorite as a kid. But then he ranked it number 3 as he continues to scarf down the sugary foods and speak with his mouth full of crap when he could have waited to cut to him speaking about them without all the shit in his mouth. Brilliant, Ken. Brilliant.
This is great, but I probably wouldn't buy it again, knowing I can have that, or the eclair. Those are my 3 favorites on this plate. Alright, that's all I can eat right now. Woo! Alright guys, I really hope you enjoyed this food adventure with me, going to the Chip and Malt for fish and chips, and then going out for dessert at a different place. Unfortunately, we didn't get to go to the crepe place, but fortunately, we found this Portuguese place, and I'll definitely be going back to both locations.
I call BS on him ever returning to the Chip and Malt place. When Ken says he's gonna go back, he never really does.
In the near future. If you enjoyed watching this video and you want to show your support for me doing these videos just for you, hit it with a thumbs up, ding, 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 ding. But if you're hungry for more, check out this awesome playlist, and we'll see you over there.
Ken once again goes to a mom and pop place trying to play it up for his audience that he truly supports local places, when in reality he could care less. Him going on about how the place survived through the pandemic was the worst thing to have to endure, as Ken doesn't have the slightest clue the impact the pandemic has had on many businesses, even outside of the hospitality or dining realm. Thinking that just because they are open still means they survived shows how ignorant he is of that. I suspect many of these places now have a significant amount of debt due to having to rely on assistance through government initiatives, or they would lose everything. Ken made the claim he saw a 25% dip in revenue on his channel, but he never provided any proof of that. Ken tries to make it seem like he has struggled and he is doing his part to help, when all he did was help to potentially prolong the pandemic for his own selfish behavior. Many people stayed home most of the time and only ventured out when they had to. Not Ken. This was the guy who went to downtown Toronto just for a cake vending machine, or for a pizza vending machine. Then he would drive around just to show everyone what was or wasn't open. Staying home was too difficult a concept for Ken Domik to comprehend. Ken doesn't appear to have a single brain cell in his body that is able to distinguish right from wrong. Ken just does whatever he feels like doing. Complains that he can't travel into the US to eat at gas stations and make money due to a deadly disease. As I have said, Ken will never grasp the seriousness of COVID until he or someone he knows gets it. Ken doesn't back down off his high horse until his hand is forced. That was how it was with getting a stop to his harassing my channel with the frivolous strikes. Sending him a cease and desist notice after consulting with a law office was the only way to keep Ken from hurting my channel yet again. Ken is nothing short of a bully who thinks he can make people do whatever he wants. Sorry, Ken. It's not going to work on this guy. Ken, your trolls are the true haters that you speak of. It was not surprising to see further vitriol being spewed from their fingers regarding the dead. It doesn't faze me, though. It just proves what I knew all along, that your trolls are as sociopathic as you come off a lot of the time. I guess it must be nice for you to know that people who follow you are so full of that same hate. If you enjoy me doing these videos just for you, hit that like button, consider subscribing if you haven't already, and leave a comment down below if you like. The trolls and even some followers who don't agree with some of the opinions I expressed and unsubbed all said the sub count would go down yesterday. Funny, it actually saw a nice uptick. I guess people must agree with enough of my opinions. I won't deny I can be outspoken on some things that others might not totally agree with on my channel, and that is fine. I do not expect anyone who follows me to agree with me 100% of the time. I do not push my ideals onto others. I state my opinion, my case, my evidence, and leave it at that. I respect the right of others to believe what they want, but that doesn't mean I won't call them out on things if necessary. Thanks for watching another Ken Domik dissemination expose. But until next time, KDDE out.
Bring your hunger.